when everything else is taken away from you, who are you as a person? I came across a video of this girl on TikTok saying how she can never be as bad as Zarilyn Zonro and Kim Kardashian. Main character energy. Let's talk about it. I did a video earlier talking about this, expanding on this, but because of dress code violations, my video was taken down. So I'm gonna say what I said in that video and maybe say a little bit more. Hi, my name is London the Mogul, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm super excited and grateful to have 70 subscribers. It's amazing, amazing. Um, Main character energy, that comes from who you are. You have to know who you are. You have to sit with yourself, and I think I've said this multiple times on my channel. You have to be comfortable sitting by yourself. That way you learn yourself. You know what gets to you. You just know who you are. And when you know who you are, you become very confident. And when you become very confident, exactly, you become the main character in your life. If you've watched a movie before, when you watch a movie, the camera is always concentrated on the main character. The movie is about the main character. 10 years ago, I acted a movie when I was in high school, okay? And I was the main character in that movie. The movie was called Santiana, and I was Santiana. Life is a movie, and everybody else around you is an extra in your movie. You are the main character. In any room you walk into, it doesn't matter who's in the room. If there's someone that you actually admire, maybe there's a girl you admire, ABCD, great. You can actually look at her, get inspired, but it doesn't take away from the fact that you are the main character in your life. I came across a video of this girl on TikTok saying how she can never be as bad as Zarilyn Zonro and Kim Kardashian. That's her name? Kim Kardashian? I don't know. I'm probably butchering her name. I'm sorry, girl. She can never be as bad as those two best friends. And the thing is, you can compliment someone without putting yourself down. You come across women in other women's comment section. God, am I a cow? God, like, girl, no. You are the main character in your life, regardless of where you're at in life. It doesn't matter where you're at in life. Nothing is permanent. Kwani umekuwa cemented where you are in life? You've not been cemented. You're not a tree. You can move. And one thing about them tables, they always turn. Just because someone is a bad bee in your eyes does not mean you can't be equivalent to them, if not more. Because if you check where this, like, Kim and her best friend Zarilyn Zonro, who I actually really admire. Zarilyn Zonro is gold. Okay, pearl. She's so bad. She didn't wake up yesterday. She didn't wake up and all of a sudden her life is perfect. Not that her life is perfect. No one's life is perfect. But if you watch her YouTube videos from like way back, it's been a long time coming. You're only seeing the results of the work she's been putting in. You get what I'm saying? So for you to be the main character in your life, you have to work on yourself consistently. If you also watch Shiro 7, you'll realize the changes that have happened in her life over the years, because she consistently makes videos. And you'll see the videos, have videos, her old videos and her videos now, there's a huge difference. She's lost weight. She's had some few things done on her face. She looks incredible. Every single time I see Shiro 7 on my TL, she looks younger and younger and younger. Why? Because she doesn't preach water and drink wine. She does whatever the heck she says on her channels. That's why she gets younger and younger and younger. Main character energy. For you to be the main character in every single room you walk into, the first thing you need to do is work on yourself. Because if you're confident in self, if you're confident in who you are, if you're confident in the skills you've nurtured in yourself, if you're confident because you put in the work even when nobody else is watching, you won't feel any type of way when you're around rooms with other bad bitches. It'll actually be like funky, like you're seeing maybe friends from other schools. You're actually excited to be in the same room with your fellow baddies. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel bad. You don't feel down. You don't look at them and be like, oh, you're just wishing yourself, feeling like you're a loser because you don't have the latest designer bag or you don't live in a nice apartment. No. When you're the main character in your life, you really don't care about anybody else. Do you acknowledge that there are other bad women or bad people around you? Absolutely. But you don't take that as a measure of where you are in life. No, at just because person A is living an X kind of lifestyle, now you feel like because you're not there, or that's the kind of life you also want to live, then you're a loser. No. No, if you look at a girl on social media and you believe that that's the kind of lifestyle you aspire to have, then the first thing you need to do is start working on yourself. If there's a girl on online that you feel like she has such a banging body, the first thing you do is you check if she works out. Does she work out? Absolutely. If she works out, then that's something you can do. There's something you can do about your body to look like her, if that's the point. You should never want to look like anybody, but you can get inspiration. You can look at someone and go, I like how this person looks and I want to look like this as well. What can I do? If that means you start working out, then that's exactly what you're supposed to do. But don't look at someone and be like, this person looks like this. I would never. Why? Why? The only difference between you and that person is the fact that that person is putting in the work. Are you putting in the work? Are you putting in the work to make yourself better? Because again and again and again, it's always on the inside. It's the things that nobody can take away from you. That's why your foundation is when it comes to main character energy, okay? That's your foundation. Even if you're in the presence of a bad B, it doesn't take away from the fact that you are also a bad B, okay? You might not be on the same level, but you probably aspire to be like that person that you're in the same room with, but you don't put yourself down. Okay, it's a process. You also have to trust the process of life. You have to believe that whatever you're doing every single day is taking you to where you want to be in life. Okay, and I think I mentioned this in a video of mine previously. I gave an example of planting a seed. You don't plant a seed and then every single morning you undig the seed, you go check if the mango has grown, if the tree has started to spread, and then you return the soil and then you go about your day, and then tomorrow you do the same thing. No, no, no. Huh? When you plant a seed, you let it grow. You would see it with your own eyes growing, but you believe that it's going to grow because you're watering it and you're putting manure if the plant requires manure. It's the same thing with pregnancy. I'm a mother, so I'm going to give that example. When you're growing a child in your belly, you don't necessarily see the child grow, but you can feel. Yes, you can feel the child grow, but you don't really feel the extent. You don't feel when the child's hair is being made, the eyes, the whatever. It's a lot of process. It's a lot of mechanics that goes into making a human being. The same thing with working on yourself. You might not see the result immediately, but it doesn't mean that the growth is not happening. It's very much happening. And I'm saying this to myself as well. Most of the things that I come to say on my channel, I'm not saying them, I'm saying them because I'm actually going through these things myself. That's why I'm in a position to sit down and talk about them, okay? I have to believe that it's going to take time for me to go from 70 subscribers to 1,000,000 subscribers. It's gonna take time. So I have to believe that it's going to happen eventually. I just have to continue putting in the work and the effort to make sure that I get to 1,000,000 subscribers. So if you put in the work to work on yourself every single day, and that looks different for everybody. When you start working on yourself, you don't need to start with a big step. Slowly but eventually. For example, if you want to work out, you don't need to start lifting heavy weights and waking up at 5 in the morning to work out, and you're not a morning person. You have to do things that work for you, something that's adjustable for you. If you're not a morning person, can you work out in the afternoon? Can you work out in the evening? If you don't have access to the gym, if you don't have money to pay for a gym, if you don't have the energy to wake up from your house and go to the gym every single day, can you work out from home? Can you download a working out app and work out from home? That's the point. That's the point of working on yourself. You do things, you get inspiration from someone, you see someone with a banging body and they inspire you, and that's the kind of body you want to have, but you don't have the kind of money to go to the gym, or you don't have the time. So what do? You make time from your own house and download a home workout app. Eventually your body is going to start changing. Eventually, since you're vibrating in that energy, you will get money to start going to the gym if that's exactly what you want. And here's the thing about main character energy. For you to be the main character in your life, you have to focus on you. Anything you focus on in this life, it has to grow. There's no hakuna other choice. It will grow. You have to believe. And I've given this example before on my channel. This story is in the book Think and Grow Rich, of a man that's digging up diamonds. I don't know if it's diamonds or it's gold. And he digs and he digs and he digs, and then he gets to a point he's like, there's no gold here, and he leaves. Another man comes and believes that there's gold here, and he digs, and he doesn't even go any further because the previous man had already done majority of the work. So he doesn't go anymore. Like, he doesn't really dig so much, he just finds the gold. The whole point of this story is you just have to believe whatever it is you want. I don't care how crazy it is. Mine is 1 million subscribers, okay? You have to believe it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. And once you start believing, you'll start believing in yourself. Because who else are you going to believe in if it's not yourself? You have to believe in self. You have to believe in the decisions you make that they are right. And even if they're wrong, you learn and move forward. Okay, you learn and you move forward. You don't dwell in these bad decisions you've made. You learn, okay, I wasn't supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do ABCD, and you move on. And when you move on, you make sure you make better decisions as you move on. Otherwise, you're just basically back in a loop. And these things are the ones that are going to build your foundation for you to be the main character in your life. It's these small things. Main character is not a wig. Main character is not a lifestyle. Main character is who you are. Who are you when you're alone? Who are you when nobody else is watching? That is main character. That's what you should build on, because that's a strong foundation. Okay? That's an unshakable foundation. Someone that knows themselves is someone you can't fuck with. That's someone that's their confidence is built in, one, who they are, self, and two, God, because they believe there's no way God woke me up. There's no way God has been waking me up for the past X amount of years for her to just leave me. She has huge plans for me. When you come on social media and you see people living life, see it as a trailer. God is giving you a trailer of how your life is gonna come about. That's how you should see it. Don't feel some type of way. And we're only human. That happens to me. Comparison sometimes, and comparison is the thief of joy. You look at your life and you look at someone else's life and you think, oh, they're better than me, they're living, and again, something as simple as social media. I'm only talking about this because of the girl that came on my TL talking about, these girls are better than me. Okay, she didn't say they're better than her. She just said she couldn't be as bad as they are. And that's comparing. And comparing yourself to other people is stealing joy from your life, happiness from your life. And since we're all prone to this thing, you just have to continuously work on yourself, and believe that God has a plan for you. You have to believe in self, number one, and you have to believe that God did not put you on this earth to just be miserable. Like, come on now. No. So main character energy, regardless of the room you walk into. It doesn't matter who's in the room. Working on yourself is something that takes work every single day. You wake up and choose to work on yourself to be better than the person you were yesterday. And it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy, but it's gonna be worth it. And you might not even see the changes immediately, but it doesn't mean changes are not happening. You have to trust that life is happening and it's working in your favor. Have time for self. Even if you're employed, you have to have times where it's just you. Sit down, scrub your body, work on yourself, wake up earlier, okay? Even if it's 30 minutes earlier, so that when you're getting ready, you're not in a rush. Unafika kazi, ulisahau you didn't even put roll-on your armpits. Unafika kazi, you forgot lip gloss. Unafika kazi, ulieka chai kwa kibuyu, ukasahau kubeba. No, wake up earlier, okay? Wake up earlier so that you have slower mornings. When you have a slower morning, your day inaendanga tu ikijipanga tu pole pole. But if you're always on the move, you don't even have time to sit with yourself and just woosa, okay? Sometimes you just need a woosa, okay? All right. That's it for this video. Have a lovely day, ladies. I'll see you in my next video.